Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News, with the biggest news this week being Gundam adjacent. This year Sunrise is celebrating their 50th anniversary and they're gonna celebrate it with something called the Sunrise 50th Anniversary Project. Not the most original name, but it does immediately tell you what it's about. The project will last from 2026 to 2028 and is aimed at commemorative projects of their various anime series, which are in turn aimed to increase the brand awareness of Sunrise. And alongside the announcement, we of course got the main logo featuring a lot of the anime that Sunrise has made over the years, including Gundam. And they also announced a brand new Votoms animated work called the Graue Hexe, which is German for Grey Witch. It is made in collaboration with Production IG, it is slated for a 2026 release, and that is about everything that we know about it so far. There is a trailer, which I will have linked down below, but it shows almost nothing. It starts with a single scope dog riding through a forest, doing its famous camera rotation thing, which is then followed by a bunch of scope dogs riding through that same forest. So, again, this doesn't really tell us a lot, but it does show us that the animation is on point. Also, the director for this movie, anime, short, whatever it's gonna be, is Mamoru Oshii, who is of course famous from Ghost in the Shell and Patlabor. So it is a very promising animated whatever it's gonna be. The big question remaining then is what other anime we're going to be getting from this project, because they did confirm that there are other animated projects in the work for this anniversary project. On the main promotional image, we've got heavy hitters like Cowboy Bebop, City Hunter, and Inuyasha, but I'm always up for some more Dogram anime. Or, who knows, let's go on a limb here, maybe even some Gusto Rocky. That is, if anyone even still remembers that series. But anyways, we've also got a new trailer for the second Hathaway Flash movie. It's only 15 seconds long and not that much happens in it, but we do get the new Gundam in it, and it is a reanimated version of the new Gundam from that one famous Char's counterattack trailer. So a lot of people are now speculating that we're gonna get a new Gundam cameo in the movie. And as a flashback, this is totally possible. Plus, if Amuro then makes a voiced appearance, which is highly likely if we're getting the new Gundam in a flashback, then we'll also be able to tell if they're gonna go for a new voice actor for Amuro, or if they will be sticking with the old voice actor. But yeah, it is funny that despite being a Hathaway's Flash trailer, everyone is talking about the new Gundam, which was a 1-second clip from a 15-second trailer, so quite the impact. And again, I will of course have the full thing linked down below. Plus, to further promote the movie, they announced that a fake Mafty will be invading Tokyo on the 18th. A special event will be held at 7 PM at a certain undisclosed location in Tokyo, but pictures have already been posted of that fake Mafty running around Tokyo, and this picture in particular is a very famous place. Obviously this is Hachiko, who is near Shibuya Station, so maybe something is going to happen at the famous Shibuya crossing. I'm sure more details will be unveiled soon. Another event then will take place on the Tokaido Shinkansen. From January 26th until March 29th, passengers on board of the Shinkansen will be able to tune into a special radio broadcast, which is then presented by the voice actors of Hathaway, Gigi, and Kenneth. And those who listen to it can then print a special bromide from 7-Eleven stores. I'm assuming that the website that you use to listen to the broadcast will give you some kind of code, which you can then enter into the 7-Eleven printers. Plus, Shinagawa Station will have some special physical Hathaway-themed advertisements, and certain other stations on the line will get digital advertisements. And finally, for Hathaway's Flash, from February the 5th until March the 8th, a Hathaway's Flash, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe Café will be opened up in Solamachi. By making an advanced reservation, you'll get 1 of 4 random cards, and by ordering a drink, you'll get 1 of 4 random coasters. With the available drinks being Hathaway's Blue Lemon Soda, Gigi's Cotton Candy Bubbles, Kenneth's Sangria-esque drink, and Lane's Violet and White drink. As for the food menu, we've got Hathaway's Fridge Sandwich, Kilia's Curry, Zai Gundam's Anchovy Pasta, and the Underwater Parfait. Plus, you'll also be able to get some merchandise, because, of course you can get some merchandise. You can get Hathaway, Gigi, Kenneth, and Lane on an acrylic keychain for 880 and 6 US, stickers for 550 and 3 US, acrylic stands for 1650 and 10 US, and a t-shirt featuring all 4 of them for 4950 and 31 US. And I gotta say that this is some classy artwork that they made for this cafe. Definitely gives it a high-end feel. And for some more acrylic trinkets, we've got Gundam Wing. First up, pre-orders began for more things from the Gundam Wing Gyugyuto series, featuring adorable super deformed versions of the main Wing cast. We've got Hiro holding his self-detonation button, Duo holding his cap, Troa holding his clown mask, Kacha holding his violin, Ufei holding his sword, Relina holding the teddy bear she got from Hiro, and Zex holding the mask that of course makes him BFFs with Trace. And you can get him as either acrylic stands, acrylic keychains, or can badges, all of which are slated for a March release. Shipping out in May then are the post-event orders of the goods sold at the Gundam Wing Operation Reunion event. Here, the 5 main Gundam pilots were dressed in some fancy clothes, totally fitting within the aristocratic Gundam Wing universe, and they are available on a variety of things like acrylic stands, canned badges, clear files, and so on and so on. And then last but not least for Gundam Wing, from January the 24th until an as of yet undetermined date, the 30th anniversary Happy Valentine's Day event will be held. It'll take place in the Gundam Base Tokyo, the Gundam Base Fukuoka, the Gundam Base Annex New Chitose Airport, and Gundam Site F. And of course, the main thing they'll be doing is selling some merchandise of the main 5 Gundam pilots with some brand new illustrations. You can get a randomized box of chocolates, a sticker set featuring all 5 of them, and holographic acrylic stands. And from the 29th, you'll also be able to get can badges. Plus, people who buy 5 boxes of chocolates and a sticker set will also get a special storage box for these items. And in addition to the merch, depending on the location, they'll also have some different events going on. They'll have character panels in Tokyo and Fukuoka, a large panel in the New Chitose Airport, and on the 24th and 25th, they'll have a community space in Tokyo and Fukuoka, where Gundam Wing fans will then be able to talk with each other about their love for Gundam Wing. For the figures then, it was announced that from March 27th until July 7th, the Metal Build Expo will be held at the Tamashii Nation Store Tokyo. And as part of this event, the Metal Build Hi-Nu Gundam Metal Build Expo version will go up for sale. This figure was previously already shown off, but now we have all of the details. Basically, they took the previously released Metal Build Hi-Nu Gundam, gave it a slightly different color scheme, and gave it extra backpack connectors so that you can also store the funnels on them as they are stored on the regular new Gundam. Everything else is really just the Metal Build Hi-Nu Gundam again, and they even show in the promotional images that you can still store the fin funnels like they should be stored on the Hi-Nu Gundam. The other big differences then are the price. It is now 39,600 yen, 250 US, and rather than being retail, it is now a limited kit. And in Japan, it'll be limited to Club Tamashii members, with your level of membership determining how and when you'll be able to buy it. The first batch will be shipping out in March, and the second batch will be shipping out in October. Significantly cheaper and easier to get then is the next lineup of Gundam Machibouke figures. The figures that are slightly depressed because they've been waiting for so long to finally launch. And this time, it's not just a normal lineup, it is a large lineup, consisting of the regular RX-78-2, an RX-78-2 with SD eyes, a standard Zaku, and the Black Tri-Stars' high mobility type Zaku. The figures are 1.5 times bigger than the standard Machibouke figures and will now set you back 600 yen a spin or 4 US per pull. So that is also 1.5 times more expensive than the regular Machibouke figures. And these bigger ones should become available in Gachapon machines around April. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Shoku has joined the fray, while on Steam the Cluster Gundam has become available. In UCN Gate, you could get the UR Tobia and his UR Crossbone Gundam X3 as a featured unit assembly, plus a special operation has become available. And in SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, the MS Igloo story event has become available, giving us new units like the SSR Hildolfer and Monique, the SSR Big Rang and Oliver, the SSR Herbert von Cuspens Gelgook and Herbert himself, and the UR Big Rang EX version with the also UR Oliver. Plus, some Iron-Blooded Orphans characters have joined in on the fun too, like the UR Gundam Kimura's Vidar EX and Gaelio, and the UR Rustle and Skipjack class warship supporter. In other news then, Gundam has announced a collaboration with NeuroBiz, which is like a Japanese ICT company offering ICT solutions for businesses. And for this collaboration, they also released a promotional video in which various famous scenes are used to advertise Neuro, including some puns, like for example, new type has been changed to Neurotype. I'll have the full video linked down below for those interested. As for the things you could get this week then, we had a nice start on the 10th with 2 new Gunpla releases. For 2,860 yen, 18 US, you could get the GQuuuuuX Endymion unit Awakened version, which by the way can also be built as the regular version, because of course this is a remold of the regular version. For the accessories, this means that we are still getting the beam rifle, the shield, 2 beam sabers with beam saber blade effect parts, Tominosuke Heat Hawk, a closed head, nose cone for the core fighter, and some hand options. And to awaken it, we get a new head with movable mouth, ready to chomp down on some angels, new parts for the awakened Endymion units, and effect parts for those awakened Endymion units. For 4,180 yen then, 26 US, you could get the figurized standard Tiffa Adill, who also comes with a nice array of accessories to replicate quite some scenes from the anime. We've got her chair, sitting parts so she can sit on the chair, the G controller, the dome, optional loose hair, different hand options, including praying hands and a pointing hand pointing towards the next new type, and then 3 different faceplates. 2 pre-printed ones and 1 blank one that you can customize with the included water slide decals. And on the 12th, you could build these kits while chewing down on some Gundam-inspired chocolates. There's a bunch of different sets going for different prices, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen all of these before. So rather than being new releases, these are just re-releases. There's things like a Char Zaku head case, a 1-year war tin, an Operation V set, a Zaku set, some unicorn tins, etc. There's a little bit for every UC fan out there. Next up on the 14th then, you could get the Gundam X MIKU Special Tribute Songs CD. The standard version goes for 3,410 yen, 21 US, and the limited edition goes for 4,510 yen, 28 US. Both come with a CD containing Gundam cover songs like Fly Gundam, Just Communication, and Anime Janai, plus the new song Idol Senshi. And then the limited edition also comes with a microfiber cloth and a special case. And finally on the 15th, we got some Gundam Extreme Versus 2 Infinite Boost prize items. If you prefer more floofy prizes, you can go for these Navigator plush keychains, and if you prefer plastic prizes, then we've got this N Extreme Gundam Explosion head-shaped speaker. And unlike pretty much any other of the head-shaped speakers, you apparently don't have to open up anything to unlock its full speaker potential. Very fitting for a machine from the Extreme lineage. Also, this is apparently the first N Extreme Gundam Explosion figure ever. I also really like the Katoki esque design that is got going for it. For this week's reading material then, there was nothing, and perhaps even more surprising, for the second week in a row, we don't have any new Bankore or Strict G announcements. So yeah, that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.